Hi guys!
What's up? We are back and we are bringing a talkie video to you guys. And the topic today is all things Korea.
So I was there for about 2 weeks. Weber was there for about a week, and we've learned a lot through our trip. And I think like the biggest questions we're getting from people is how to go, tickets, food, where to stay, all of that. So we thought we'd do one chatty video covering the stuff that's not in the vlog. Obviously, we have like full vlogs which you can watch on my channel, which we will link below and in the video. But like this is like our post-trip account of Korea and what we think you should know before we go.
Visa is a different process when it comes to Korea because in Mumbai there isn't an embassy.
No, there is, but you can't directly approach the embassy or you can't do like an e-visa and stuff like that.
You have to go through a travel agent.
Through a travel agent. They have, I think, 5 or 6 selected travel agents that do Korea visas. And it's fairly straightforward. When I found out which travel agent's the closest one to us, I reached out and he sent a document with all the stuff that you need and you give him all that and then he does the visa for you. There are different options, obviously single entry, multiple entry, normal and express. We did the express because I was leaving in like 2 weeks,
and
so
it
we
took
weren't
about
sure.
4 days.
4 working days.
Yeah.
And the cost was 4,900 for the visa and 1,000 rupees for the travel agent. So it's fairly cheap for a visa. Like, I mean,
it is, and I mean the only difference is that you have to approach
a
travel agent in Mumbai. I think in Delhi you can directly go to the consulate.
I think so, but I'm not sure. Like, I mean, but it's a little different. But yeah, I mean, they are apparently easing visas for foreigners across the board is what I read. Because now there's a lot of tourism in Korea, and it will probably end up becoming an e-visa, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's not expensive and it's not hard to get. From what I we submitted the documents, we got our visa in time, and everything was very seamless and smooth.
I booked a ticket on Air India for 2 reasons. The timings of the flight.
It's a great flight. Actually, we were discussing this because you enter Seoul in the morning. Like, I think you land around 10:30 or so. So you have that whole day.
You can sleep on the plane through the night.
Through the night.
And you wake up, you're in Korea.
You're in Korea. And then return also, we actually had a morning flight, which was great because you don't waste a day. Like, you literally check out early morning, you're at the airport and you leave.
And also Air India is giving you a lot of luggage allowance.
Oh yeah.
There's like 46 kilos that you can
2 bags, 23 each. So I brought like pretty much a whole snack store myself.
Yeah, so those 2 things are a huge advantage if you book Air India.
Yeah, so I think ticket price wise, yours was about 49,000. But we also booked it really close to the trip. It was like...
So you can get it cheaper.
You can get a cheaper ticket. From what I see now, I think it's between 30,000 and 50,000 depending on the airline and whatever you choose. But I think Air India was not bad. We went from Mumbai to Delhi, Delhi to Incheon, and it was really like a great flight, I would
But hopefully they'll have like a direct flight.
They did. Remember we took one earlier. Last time when we went to Korean Air, that was pre-pandemic. We took a direct flight. But yeah, hopefully they'll start that again.
They should. Okay, so now you've landed in Korea. You're at Incheon Airport. What do you need besides the coffee? You need internet. You need internet.
Okay, so Korean internet is super fast. Okay, and it's amazing everywhere. Like every cafe, I think they have in the subway. Everywhere you get free Wi-Fi like crazily.
And it's like super fast.
Okay. Even your hotels, all of that, like they don't charge you extra for like the fast internet and all. Everything is just fast. And the other thing, one of the mistakes we made actually was actually getting our roaming activated, which is something we do normally always before a trip. Since I was there 2 weeks, I had to do the 1 month option because there was either 10 days or 1 month. And that was quite expensive. It was 4,000 rupees. And the speed was really slow. Because when I landed, I saw at the airport you can get an eSIM, which are really like cheap and super fast, unlimited data. And we saw the difference because I was on the eSIM and when Vaibhav came, he was on roaming. And we saw the difference.
Like a lot of the apps
speed.
were not opening only.
Yeah.
Like, all the mapping apps were
so
not
we just
working.
use my phone for a lot of that. And I would say don't activate your roaming, get an eSIM there.
As soon as you land,
Yeah.
that's the best option over there. Because, I mean, international roaming works in a lot of other countries.
Yeah.
It's great. Like in Australia, it was great. But for Korea, I feel like their local internet is super
It's ridiculous.
fast.
Like you can't even compete with it.
Yeah.
Another thing most people don't know about Seoul is that it's huge. Like, I mean, until you go there and experience it, you don't really understand the space. Like a lot of people compare it to New York because there are actual different pockets.
Boroughs, yeah.
Different like boroughs. Where do you stay? Each area has its own kind of flavor or vibe. And I think in terms of popular tourist destinations, you've got Myeongdong, you've got Jogno, you've got Anguk, you've got Insadong, you've got Hongdae,
Yeah.
Gangnam. So there's just so many. And when you're booking, whatever you're booking for your stay, you actually have to do research to figure out how far you are from a subway station, what you want to really do. So we stayed in different areas so that we could kind of experience different vibes.
And also the fact that we stayed in Airbnbs,
Yeah,
not hotels.
yeah.
This is the first time we've traveled and we stayed in Airbnbs. And I think the experience was really good because we got to experience the city much more intimately.
Yeah, that was actually my next point of Airbnbs and like the fact that we stayed in Airbnbs on like 3 different Airbnbs and everything was fantastic. And I think in terms of, as you said, the experience of living in a like different country is very different to when you're in a traditional like a hotel or whatever. You do feel like you're like on a trip, like here somewhere it feels like that home vibe when you're back. And
because you have to look out for your own food, you have to figure out your own travel. You can't just go to the concierge and be like, okay, we want to go there, tell us how to go there. Now here we had to look at the maps and figure out, okay, we need to take this metro to this station and then get there. So it makes it more rich. The experience of being in a city more rich, and also the quality of these Airbnbs were super.
Yeah, and they were very affordable.
Yeah,
like as in that was
compared to
that was really
hotel.
good. Yeah, like so for me, I think staying in Korea was always something I thought of, like having a little Korean apartment, obviously.
Okay.
So this
you
was.
Think about that.
Huh?
You still think about that?
Yeah, I want to go back to my Korean apartment.
It's not your apartment.
My apartment.
Okay. It's Airbnb.
I feel like it is kind of special where you, like if you like K-dramas and you watch K-dramas and stuff, that whole vibe of living in Korea is very different. So I would definitely advise that. So you have to do your research and figure out basis what you're doing in terms of time and how much time you're going to spend traveling.
I'm just basically sitting here and looking at her.
Like what I'm the expert guide and you're the person on the bus who's just like
nodding, agreeing. That's my role. I'm happy with that.
I wish that could be your role in life.
Okay, so Google Maps does not work in Korea. They have their local mapping apps. One is called Naver, which we use a lot, and it is great because it tells you the metro stations.
Everything, walking, cabs. Remember, we could check the cab fare approximately, the like car distances, metro.
It's quite comprehensive.
And walking, everything.
So it sorts you out if you have it. Make sure you download it before you go to Korea.
Yeah, so that's what we had done. Naver Maps is good. Okay, next up, you have to get a T-Money card. Now, this is something we didn't do, but it is so much easier if you get it. It's basically...
You can't get it here in India.
No,
you have to go there.
No, you go there and you get it at any of the convenience stores, I think the stations, the airport. You refill it for your subway, bus, all of that, and then you just click your card everywhere and use it. We were buying single journey tickets every day,
which turned out to be more expensive.
Also, then you have to keep putting your card in to get that refund of some amount that they keep, and you get lots of coins and
500 more.
So definitely get the T-Money card if you're planning to like not use cabs and use like the bus or the metro. It really helps with that. Also, you can get the T-Money card free if you get the Discover Seoul Pass. So basically, the Discover Seoul Pass is a pass which you can get at airports or subway stations or wherever, where you get like attraction entries, like your tourist spots and whatever, clubbed along with you get the T-Money card that you can refill for your subway and
You're
stuff.
clearly nerding out on Korea.
So
This is too much information, I feel.
no, but I just feel like you save a lot of money. Now, a lot of...
So keep in mind the T-Money card
Then the
or
Discover
the
Seoul.
Discover Seoul card if you're landing in Seoul. These will sort you out. It'll save you a lot of money.
And time.
And time. Try and get these when you're in Korea.
Yeah.
Alright, next up I want to talk about one of my most favorite things which I discovered in Korea because I wasn't sure if that was the case. Now I'm talking about coffees and cafe culture is huge in Korea.
Next level. Also the themes that they have,
They're
every
so
cafe
unique,
is so unique.
And also they're like so boutique and so artisanal. Everyone has their own coffee which has different flavors, and you know the effort they put into the cups and the packaging and naming their places. Like I was completely floored.
And just
I
the
would
concepts,
wake up in the morning and the first thing would be, okay, now which cafe are we going to get our first coffee?
Remember, sorry,
espresso bar.
So like they were just basically, I think just the concept, like Seoul is known for its concept cafes and everybody has a concept that they roll with, and it's just really nice because even if you're not into coffee, if you just want to go experience that space, the desserts, all of that, I think there's
if
like
you're not
something...
into coffee, then
who are you?
Who are you?
Well, a lot of us chai lovers also like cafes, you know. No?
So if you're going to Korea, you must try, and you're into coffee, dude, you're gonna love it.
Okay, now food. So there is a lot of pork and beef, and if you don't eat pork and beef, it can be a little tricky.
It does.
There's chicken options, lots of fried chicken, which is great.
Actually, only fried chicken.
If you want fried chicken and beer, it's great.
And it's good fried chicken.
In terms of vegetarian, vegan, I guess you have to do your research and like know where you want to eat and stuff. But I will recommend the temple food that they have, which we tried as well, because temple food is vegetarian.
And there are you don't have to go to a temple to have it.
No,
there are actually
they're
restaurants
that
only serve temple food, and we had one meal at one of those places.
Yeah, and it was so good.
It was actually for me the best meal that we had.
Like actually, if you want to eat Korean food that you're sure is veg and vegan and stuff, that is the best spot to kind of try it.
There's all sorts of cuisines that are available, but if you're looking for Korean food, then and you're vegetarian, then your best bet is this temple food that you can get anywhere. Another favorite thing of mine about Korea is that the place is super safe. Like, and I'm not just saying that, or people don't just say that. It really is like that. Like, you don't have anyone looking at you funny, like you don't have people bumping into you, people are so polite. Like we traveled on the metro every day, all the time. Not once did I have to check my wallet or check my phone, check my bag.
I mean, people actually put their phones and wallets to reserve their seats in restaurants and cafes. Okay, that's the thing. Like you would be like suddenly you'd be like, why are they just
your table with your phone.
You're blocking your table with your phone or your wallet, and you're going to order and nobody will touch it. Or like if you forget something in a place, it will be there. Even for me, when I was alone, like last time when you weren't with me on the trip earlier, I would go back at like 11:30 walking on my own. Never felt unsafe, or like as you said, like you're not even thinking.
Like nobody even looks at you funny, you know. Nobody gives you like that weird look also. Like not once that happened when I was there. It's like superb.
Okay, next up we're talking about KTX. What is KTX?
KTX is that train that takes you from Seoul to Busan and Busan to Seoul.
It takes you everywhere. KTX is their super fast train basically. And they have quite a few options in terms of online when you're booking them from their site. It's really, really convenient. It's really super fast. Like you can go from like lots of places
punctual.
And very punctual. Yeah, like don't be late because you'll miss your train. And it's just really like, again, very easy to work on your own also. Like when we went with no help, we found our bogey and whatever very easily, right? Like there was no like...
Yeah, it was easier for you because I was the one carrying the 27 kilo
that's
bags.
just something you want to keep in mind, guys. Have someone that can
Who's
carry your bag.
Coolie,
Yeah, I had knighted him coolie number 1 on the trip because I needed someone to carry my 23 kilo bag.
Yeah, that's why it was very convenient and very peaceful for us.
Seamless, smooth.
Okay, next up, the question is, when is the best time to travel?
Anytime.
Moving on.
No, obviously Seoul is one of those places that has different weather like through the year.
I mean seasons.
Seasons, yeah, that's what I was looking for. And this time we went in like autumn, winter. Like once you came in, winter had kind of started sneaking in on us. The first week of November, early November was beautiful. Like autumn, like it's just the colors are really beautiful. Like I would definitely say, of all the 3 times that I've been, like when we went last time, it was damn cold. That was January. And that was really cold. Like, I mean, and then the next time I think I was there in June, which was warm and nice. But they also have a cherry blossom season, which is I think May, June-ish, which is really nice.
So again, anytime.
Anytime, but if you want cherry blossom, obviously cherry blossom time. And if you want
winter time.
No,
if you want
I think
summer,
actually
summertime.
I would say my favorite was autumn. What do you think? Because it just, like to see it, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, I would say autumn because the colors are beautiful and also you don't have that biting cold.
Yeah.
And still get to enjoy like walking around the city.
Yeah. Okay, next one is an important one. It's something we didn't do and we spent a lot of time on it. It was booking attractions online. You have to do that, book in advance. Because the lines are really long everywhere. Like you end up spending 20-30 minutes in a line A. And you might also not get, like some of them have limited seats for the day and stuff like the Busan Sky Capsule. Okay, we went, on the first day it was sold out. The second day we went, they told us the first available option. No, it was like available in the middle of the day, but then we wanted to do other stuff. So we took the last one, which was 5:30, which turned out to be so dark that we couldn't see anything. And I was really disappointed because that was one of the experiences I was really looking forward to. So I would say whatever you can book in advance online, if you're planning your trip, then do that. Like we were kind
and
of...
also you can get a discount also.
Yeah, it's also cheaper. And that way you can plan, I guess, your itinerary better because you know you're definitely going here on this day. Otherwise, you end up going to that place. Imagine, we were lucky enough to be living next to the Sky Capsule. But imagine if you come from far and then they're like, the next stop is 4 hours later. Or it's not available, you're stuck. So whatever you can book online in advance, book.
But this is for people who actually travel a certain way, who like to do their research, who like to book in advance. So this is for those people. Then there are other people who just like to go to the place and figure their lives out.
But if you couldn't figure it then, if you miss, like if you're in Busan for a day and you miss the Sky Capsule, then...
So you go the next time and do it, yeah.
But everyone doesn't have a next time.
Yeah, but everyone also doesn't plan that much.
But then plan.
Or not. Next thing to do whenever you travel is obviously shopping.
Which is one of Vaibhav's favorite things to do, by the way.
Seoul is actually...
Don't skip that point, like, conveniently.
I do. I love buying sneakers when I travel because they're unique and you don't get them in India.
You don't get sneakers in India now.
You get them, but you don't get those kind.
I love the justification.
You know that. That's a fact.
I can find your sneakers.
Anyways, the point here is that Korea is great for buying sneakers and for even apparel because it's much cheaper.
It is quite cheap, yeah.
Food is actually expensive.
Yeah.
But sneakers and
clothes were really cheap,
yeah.
But I think it also depends seasonally. Like if you, like when we went, a lot of it was winter, so we didn't end up buying that much clothes-wise because it was
sneakers I bought.
Yeah, they've gathered that by now. And what else would you recommend?
Yeah, so other than that, I mean, there are a lot of local things that you would buy. Like, for example, I bought a stamp.
Oh, yeah.
Like a marble stick, which is a stamp. You put...
Your chappa.
Yeah, you put like red ink on it and you stamp it. Like, I want to use that for my paintings, for example. So that was quite unique. And also, there are a lot of local things like...
snacks.
Snacks.
Snacks are amazing.
Yeah.
We've done a whole video on trying snacks
Different
multiple
snacks,
times. You know, like in terms of you can buy soju in plastic bottles, you can get snacks to bring back, you can get... The stamps actually are very Korean because the Koreans don't sign. They use that as their official seal. But of course, they make them for tourists in English also. So we got those. And yeah, sneakers, I guess. There's a lot of sneakers around. And
Wait, how many sneakers did you buy?
2.
How many did I buy?
2. Some of our favorites. Okay, so we're gonna sum up this video with like favorite, like different categories. First category, favorite cafe.
Favorite cafe for me is Miltoast. If you go there, do get the cream coffee.
It's in Ixindon, right?
Yeah, Ixindon, and do get the cream coffee, which is basically like they make hot black coffee and then they put like a thick layer of
actual cream,
cold whipped cream on top, and it is divine.
And the bread, like these steamed breads that they do, which are just like amazing. Like it comes in that little basket and it's
you
so
will
hot.
always have to wait for like 15-20 minutes in a line outside to get in, but it's so worth it.
It is one of the best, I would say. Okay, my favorite would probably be Colleen's, which is the first cafe we went to when you arrived, which was on one of our recommendation lists. And it's just really beautiful. They have all this grass around in the cafe, and it's one of those really pretty looking Korean cafes. And it started pouring, I remember when we went, it was really pretty. Like we were in the greenhouse part, so you could just see like...
And also the food was good.
The food was really good, yeah. But like aesthetic vibe was also very good.
Next up, favorite. We went to a lot of markets.
Yeah.
Which was your favorite?
Which was your favorite?
I think Insadong.
Where we got the stamps.
Stamps, because they had very like a lot of arty stores and shops. I got like earrings from there, and the stamp, and lots of local fare. So that was beautiful.
I mean, I think for me it's Myeongdong because I feel
it's massive.
It's massive and there's everything. Like you can get beauty, you can get food, you can get fashion. It's like one of those.
It's everything into 4 because you'll come across the same store, same size on like 4 different roads.
On 4 different roads, and also it's just that like I think it's a great thing to do at night. Like
it's great with your street food.
Street food, yeah. So like that is my vibe, a mix of like where you can actually go into high fashion stores but also like eat street food. So that was my
cheap
favorite.
Stuff basically. Cheap.
Okay, favorite area or like locality that you lived in of all the 3?
I think definitely Anguk.
Yeah, even I agree. Anguk just had such a great vibe.
And you could walk, and everything was so close by, you could walk everywhere, and also the subway was so easy to take from there, right?
And
you didn't have to
so
change those
pretty
lines.
with the hammocks and the little stores and cafes. And I think every night on our way home, we would sit and eat dessert or, you know.
Like at 11 in the night.
Yeah.
So Anguk was really beautiful. And also that famous cafe is right there, na? Onion Cafe.
Yeah.
So we obviously ate a lot. What was your favorite meal?
My favorite meal was without you. It was the barbecue that I did, the Korean barbecue. It was the last night as a group that we ate and it was just so good. It was just a lot of meat and I love like a lot of meat. And I just think this whole making your own food and sitting at a table, like this community eating and stuff, I really enjoyed that process. Like I know we don't do that a lot. Like, you know, in terms of making it from scratch and stuff, and the side dishes, the banchan that they serve with it. I feel like Korean barbecue in general is something I would do like in different parts of the world also. If I was somewhere else and there was a barbecue restaurant, I would go. So
for me, my favorite meal was the temple food we ate at Sancho's.
Not Sancho's, that's the Mexican place. I think it was just Sancho. There's no S.
So this place Sancho, they only serve temple food and it's actually
a set menu.
It's owned by an actual monk, right? And he's been around for like years. It was a bit expensive.
But not for the amount of food we got. I mean, there was so much food.
Yeah, it was veg, vegan.
Yeah.
But great food.
Okay, of all the tourist spots and attractions we went to, what's your favorite?
I loved that village, I forget the name. Where we climbed.
In Busan?
Was it in Busan? Yeah.
Gamcheon Cultural Village.
Yes, Gamcheon Cultural Village. That was my favorite because it involved a lot of art.
And a lot of walking.
And a lot of walking. Two of my favorite things.
What was that? Stairway to heaven, or what is
No,
that? Star.
Stairway to the
Stars, because people see stars when they're walking up them.
There are 148 stairs.
No, 108.
108? No,
Yeah.
more than that.
No, 108. My favorite was Gyeongbokgu.
Okay.
Because I got to wear a hanbok and run around, and you had to film me running around like.
Yeah, and that's exactly why it was not my favorite.
Why, it was just so much fun. I
For
felt
you.
like I was in a K-drama.
I was just embarrassed.
Just shut up. Everybody was wearing their little handboks and everybody looked really pretty.
So guys, that was our full Gyan video about Korea and how to get there and what to do there. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up.
And if you have any more questions, leave them in the comments and I will get back to you and answer them.
Yes,
Because I am clearly the professor.
Professor
on
Sherry
Korea.
will get back to you with her details. Bye.